Hello everyone, my name is SINENEZOLO and MONDI, but those who love and adore me simply call me Sinez Stories. I'm a media personality, and among everything that I do, I'm also a proud LGBTQIA plus community activist, and this is Betrayal Chronicles.
Betrayal Chronicles. Journey into the dark side of trust.
This is how my story goes. So I met this person of mine, a fiance, back in high school. So he was my high school sweetheart. You know, he was the only person that I could identify at school who was part of the community, as I said before, the LGBTQIA plus community. So the year is 2014 in Tembisa, to be exact. So you know, when you got into a new school, especially in high school, you expect a lot of bullying, you expect a lot of judgment, you expect a lot of things because there are new faces, people that you don't even know, and you are quite sure that you're going to resonate or gravitate towards a certain person. So I see this person and I just adore them from afar. You know, when you see a person and then you see yourself in them. That is how I felt when I met this person. I don't even know their name, I don't even know who they are, but the fact that the energy, the connection was there from the word go, whereby I'm like, I'm gonna get this person's number. Not even a number, even if it's a BBM pin, even if it's a mixed pin, even if it's a Facebook name, anything that would just connect me to this beautiful, beautiful soul, because our souls could connect. I make a plan, I'm like, I'm not going to sleep today without getting this BBM pin or the mixed pin. And I could see the person that he was working with the entire time. And I'm going to say, I approached that person. As I approached that person, he gives me a BBM pin, he gives me the mixed pin and the Facebook. After school, in my bed, breathing in so heavily. So it's like, breathe in and out. And like, I'm gonna text this person. And I text him. Send that text on BBM and mix it everywhere. And I was literally praying. I'm like, what if he doesn't reply? What if I'm just too much for this person? What if so many what ifs in my mind? And the fact that he replied so quickly, it was just that stamp of approval that this is the right person. This is the friend that I've been needing. This is the friend that will take me out of my shell. So when I sent the message, we just agreed that we're going to talk the following day at school. So yes, and then we talked on the following day at school. So we joke around, fool around, make those jokes, and it was a beautiful friendship from the word go. So even if when it was time for breaks at school, you know, those lunch hours, we'll be together, sharing our stories, sharing our experiences, how our family have managed to embrace us and love us for who we are. So it was a person that I can talk to, a person that understands me, the person that understands my family background, and a person that literally I can tell a secret to, and my secret will be very safe with him. And at that point, it was just friends. We were just friends who share everything. So there was this friend of mine that I could tell everything. You know, a friend of mine that was more than a friend, was like family member. So even the first time when I met this guy, the first person that I told was this friend. He was really, really excited for me. So we literally finished high school together. We all passed with flying colors, and we went to varsity together as well, where we just gravitated towards each other. And our parents were always saying that you guys must not lose contact. And we did just that. Even after high school, even after varsity, we never lost any contact. So it was just after varsity then whereby we know those feelings started to grow so much. You know, there was never a person that says, okay, now I have feelings for you. It was just so organic that it happened so naturally, whereby we just started doing things that couples do now, whereby even intimacy as well. He was my first intimate partner as well. So now please bear in mind that we don't even stay together at this point, but we just always make time to see each other. We don't stay together. We both just started working. I got my journalism gig, and then he got his accounting. one Sunday morning out to this favorite restaurant that we always go to in Rosebank, and it was just one of those whereby we dress up. I love dressing up. He's a style icon. I'm also a style icon. We just love clothes. So this beautiful Sunday afternoon, sorry. So we're in this restaurant, of course. We're just sitting on the dinner table, and I couldn't see this coming. You know, it was just one of those moments that I would just hold dear to my heart. And of course, it was a moment when he asked for my hand in marriage. It was when he proposed, and obviously my answer was a very, very big yes. This is the person who was there for me from the word go, a person who took me through high school, holding my hand, telling me to be free, telling me to be who I am and love who I am. And when he proposed, I was excited. I was literally over the moon on cloud nine. I was like, yes, this is the moment. Now this is my time. First gay wedding, first gay everything in the family, because my family also loves him, my friends love him, everyone loves him. This was the moment I had the most time of my life. We got home, you know, you do what couples do, you celebrate the reunion, you celebrate this friendship, this relationship, and then you decide to do, because we're also cultured, you know, and then you write a letter to I'm not allowed to be in the room to begin with when this all happens. So we just write that letter to my family and send the letter to my family saying he's asking for my hand in marriage. So 2 or 3 days later, I just had forgotten that I have to tell people, especially the one friend that I've been saying I'm close to the entire time. So of course, when you're excited, everything is just boiling over, everything is just too excited, you forget to tell other people. So a day or two later, I tell this friend of mine over the phone saying, friend, you will not believe what happened. He proposed, and the screams, it was so crazy. It's the loudness, everything was just so loud. And it's like, friend, you are coming over to my house right now. I'm going to prepare a celebration, you know, this brunch for you to celebrate this reunion. He was so excited for me. He was it was like, he's the one who's getting married, you know. He was just excited to that extent. So we all know that we both have busy schedules. So during the week, there is no time for us to meet the family. I'm still doing my shoots. He's still doing his thing on the side as well. So when my family called me and they said they got the letter and they said we must come, obviously, to just discuss everything further, we just said, after a week then, because we both have busy schedules. So after a week, we went to this family, and you know, I just got these heart palpitations whereby, okay, we know what the occasion is all about, but on the other side again, you never know what could happen. So we just went there, dressed, of course, as always, to the nines, dressed to the occasion, going to my family to just spill the beans as well. So when we got there, it was just so beautiful. You know, they prepare a feast. Both families are there. They're just saying, we celebrate you. We accept this. We love both of you equally, and we bless this reunion. We hear words that lobola, of course, which is a very big one in our family. Lobola will be paid, and it was such a monumental moment and a history-making moment, because no one ever paid lobola, and especially because it's a gay relationship. It was just one of those whereby, like, okay, we are making history here, and we're just breaking the norm. We're doing everything that hasn't been done before. We're literally breaking it. Hey, we're just going all the way. So fast forward, went back home as we prepare for, you know, there are a lot of preparations leading to it, and you know, you just, every time your mind boils down, and you just remember all the good times, remember all the bad times as well. And the only person that I could share all of this with, the only person, whenever there's something wrong, whenever there's something good, whenever I'm saying I need advice, this person is not treating me right, this person is doing this, it was this friend of mine. So when everything was finalized, that the lobola negotiations are about to happen, obviously you then have that moment whereby you move in together. So we moved in together in our apartment, because all these years we're just staying up, because I didn't believe in fat and sad situations. You know, So when everything was finalized, we then moved in together, and we know this best friend of mine knows him, we both know each other. This friend can come anytime, they are friends, we are friends, we're just one big family. So then it was just one of those things whereby every time my friend is there, he's happy, I'm happy. He sleeps over at some times, you know. So then it was a Friday afternoon, 2021, in May, because I remember the month very, very well, in May. After I had the longest of days on set, you know, on set things go crazy and you just need someone to calm you down when you get home. So got in the car, drove home, and you know, when I got there, I could just sense that something is wrong here. Even though I didn't know what it was at that time. I could just tell that, no man, I'm having this goosebumps, shivers in my... Something is not really well here. I got in the house, opened my room, and my best friend and my fiance doing the deed in our bed, in our home. You know, at that moment, there was no word in the dictionary that could explain how I feel. It was betrayal to the core. It was absolutely disgusting. They didn't see me because I was just standing, staring at them. And they continued, and when they finally saw me, I could not believe it. Because he was saying, no, it's not what you think. No, we're not doing what... I'm like, who in their right mind will say such things to just see me as this idiot saying it's not what I think it is while they are doing this in our home? I froze. At that moment, I was shattered. I was shattered because how can this guy who knows where we come from with my fiance, knows that we are preparing for marriage, lobola has been paid, everything is just finalized, that one person who's your confidant, that one person who is always there for me, there were no red flags at all. When did it begin, firstly? And why were they so careful? And everything that I was telling him was then telling this guy. So all those questions began to boil in my mind. So at that moment, of course, they were saying, okay, it's not what you think, it's not what you think. I'm like, it's exactly what I think. And they both got up, and I was like, I do not believe this. And I said to them, I don't want any explanation. I don't want you to say, okay, I'm sorry, we're both sorry. I just want both of them to leave. Because there was no explanation that was going to be good enough for me. Nothing was going to make this a lot less difficult than it already is. So I just said, move, go out, leave, as I decide what I'm going to do with it. Because I was just afraid of doing something that I'm going to regret for the rest of my life. So the betrayal was so deep, it cut me to the core, because those were the two favorite people that I have in my life. So for them to do that, I was like, I need them to leave. I don't want any explanation. I need them to go home, and I need to rethink everything. Everything about this has been a lie. Was a relationship a lie? Was a friendship a lie? Everything just felt like one big fat lie. And I just said, I am packing my clothes, and I'm just blocking them from my life. I'm packing my clothes, I'm going back home to just recuperate, to rethink my life, and I'm definitely cutting them out of my life forever, because there is no way I'm going to forgive them for what they've put me through. Because it just felt that everything from high school to varsity to now, it felt everything was just one big fat lie. And to this day, they are still blocked, they are still out of my life, and it just led me to a point whereby I don't trust anyone anymore. Even if it's a friend of mine, I will not tell my secrets to anyone. I would rather take my secret to the grave with me, because That's what happens when you trust people. They betray you, and they betray you to the core because you trust them with your heart. You trust them with your secrets. And when they do it, it just feels like it's not happening. And at that time, it was obviously happening. It was happening, and I was so done. Still is to this day. I am done. This is my story of betrayal. And one thing I have to tell people out there, do not trust anyone, because it's the people that are closest to you that will betray you to the core. Don't trust anyone, rather trust a stone. People aren't trustworthy anymore. So keep your secrets to yourself. Thank you.
Betrayal Chronicles. Journey into the dark side of trust.